Greetings, quiet warriors. There comes a moment in your life when the silence between your suffering and your strength becomes too loud to ignore. A moment when you finally admit that the things breaking you are not waiting to be solved later. They are shaping you now. And the truth you have avoided for years stands in front of you like a mirror you can no longer walk past. Your pain is not your enemy. Your pain is the doorway. If you walk through it with clarity, it becomes your rebirth. If you keep running, it becomes your prison. And right now, as you listen to this, something inside you already knows which one you are tired of choosing. This is the part most people never say out loud. You do not grow the day life becomes easier. You grow the day you stop begging for easier. You grow the day you decide that if life will test you anyway, then you will rise anyway. Marcus Aurelius once wrote that the obstacle is the way, and when you really sit with that, you realize he was not romanticizing hardship. He was telling you the secret of the strongest people who ever lived. They learned to transform their wounds into wisdom before those wounds turned into lifelong fear. And if you are still here listening, then a part of you is ready to do the same. Before we go deeper, breathe for a moment. Feel yourself becoming more present in your body, more honest with yourself. This is not entertainment. This is transformation. And if you feel this message already pulling something inside you, then subscribe right now so you never lose this space where you grow. You need reminders that strengthen your mind, not the noise that weakens it. You have suffered enough in silence. Now it is time to suffer with purpose. There is a difference. One destroys you. One rebuilds you. And today, you will learn how to use your suffering to rebuild yourself piece by piece in the same way the Stoics did. Not by avoiding life, but by mastering your reaction to it. Number 1. Turn your pain into your teacher instead of your judge. When something hurts you, the mind immediately tries to label you as weak, unlucky, broken, behind. But the truth is that suffering is a message, not a punishment. Epictetus taught that events are not what disturb us, but the meaning we attach to them. Think about that for a moment. You have lived entire years believing your pain was a sign that you were failing, when really it was life trying to make you pay attention. Every disappointment was trying to tell you what you needed to strengthen. Every heartbreak was trying to show you what you needed to outgrow. Every loss was pointing at something you were depending on too much. Your pain is always speaking. But if you run, you miss the lesson. If you stay and listen, you become wiser. The moment you ask the simple question, "What is this trying to teach me?" you take back your power. You stop reacting and you start learning. And the more you learn, the less afraid you become. And if this is already shifting something inside you, hit the subscribe button so you can return to this mindset every day. Growth needs repetition. Strength needs reminders. Your future self is depending on what you choose today. Number 2. Use suffering to strip away illusions. Most people break not because life becomes hard, but because their illusions about life fall apart. You expected someone to love you forever, and when they left you thought the universe betrayed you. You planned your path perfectly, and when it collapsed you believed something was wrong with you. But Seneca said that difficulties strengthen the mind just as labor strengthens the body. Hardship exposes what you thought was permanent. It reveals what you were clinging to. It forces you to see life without the fantasies that once comforted you. Suffering removes the masks you wear for others and the lies you tell yourself. It leaves you raw, but it leaves you real. And when you are real, you can finally rebuild your life on truth instead of fear. Think about every moment that broke you. It stripped something away. But what it stripped away was not you. It was the illusion you were surviving on. And now you have the chance to rebuild on a foundation that will not collapse again. Pause for a moment and let that sink in. You are not broken. You are being revealed. And if this message is speaking to parts of you that you have been avoiding for years, subscribe now so you never drift back into the illusions that once controlled you. Keep yourself surrounded by voices that rebuild you, not voices that confuse you. Number 3. Let suffering reshape your identity instead of shrinking it. Every experience that wounded you left a story behind. Some of those stories were lies you accepted too young. Stories like, I am not enough. I do not deserve more. I always lose. Life is against me. People cannot be trusted. I must suffer quietly. You did not create these stories. They were carved into you by people and events you never asked for. But now you must decide whether they will define you or refine you. Marcus Aurelius wrote that you have power over your mind, not outside events. Once you truly understand this, you stop letting your suffering become your identity. You stop letting past wounds tell you who you are allowed to become. You can reshape yourself right now. You can choose to see suffering as the fire that burns away everything false within you. The version of you that survives your pain is not a weaker version. It is a cleaner version. A wiser version. A version that has seen darkness and still chooses to rise. And if you resonate with that version, subscribe because this channel is a space for people like you who are rebuilding, not running. Number 4. Let suffering turn you into someone who chooses responsibility over resentment. Most people carry a quiet bitterness inside them. They blame their past, their parents, their heartbreaks, their failures, their circumstances. And the more they blame, the heavier their suffering becomes. But Epictetus reminded us that the chief task in life is simply this, to identify and separate matters so I can say clearly to myself which are externals not under my control, and which have to do with the choices I actually control. Resentment is the belief that life owes you something. Responsibility is the understanding that life gives you raw material, and you decide what to build. When you shift from resentment to responsibility, your suffering stops being a chain and becomes a tool. Suddenly the same pain that once held you back becomes the same pain that pushes you forward. Think about your life. Holding resentment has never healed you. It has only kept you stuck replaying the same story. But the moment you say I cannot control what happened, but I can control what I choose next, everything changes. You feel something inside you unclench. You feel a quiet strength rising. And if you want to keep strengthening that muscle inside you, subscribe now so you always have a place that pushes you toward responsibility instead of resentment. The world will pull you back into blame every day. You need reminders that lift you higher. Number 5. Let suffering teach you how to be present instead of panicked. Your mind loves to escape the moment. Whenever something hurts, you run into the future imagining every worst-case scenario, or you run into the past replaying every mistake. The more you escape, the more powerless you feel. But Marcus Aurelius said that if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself but your estimate of it. That power is within you. Suffering becomes unbearable when you fight the present moment. When you keep saying this should not be happening, you create a second layer of pain. The first layer is the event itself. The second layer is your resistance. And most people live their entire lives drowning in the second layer. Being present does not mean you pretend the pain is pleasant. It means you acknowledge what is happening without adding fear, without adding future disasters, without adding self-judgment. Presence turns suffering into clarity. Panic turns suffering into chaos. When you can stand inside your discomfort and breathe without running, you realize the pain is not as powerful as the story you created about it. Do this right now. Feel your breath. Feel your body. Feel the weight of this moment. You are safe in this moment. You are alive in this moment. And if you want these reminders to keep you grounded every day, hit the subscribe button. Presence is a practice. Strength is a practice. And you need a place that keeps you anchored. Number 6. Use suffering to build unshakable inner discipline. Everyone wants strength, but nobody wants the fire that creates it. Everyone wants resilience, but nobody wants the repetition that builds it. But Seneca said that a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a person perfected without trials. Think about that. Every trial you faced was polishing you. Every setback was sharpening you. Every disappointment was shaping you. But only if you use the suffering intentionally. Inner discipline is not about forcing yourself to be emotionless. It is the ability to act according to your values even when your emotions scream the opposite. Discipline is when you choose to get up on days when you feel heavy. Discipline is when you choose to heal instead of hide. Discipline is when you choose to forgive even when the pain still stings. Discipline is when you choose to break generational patterns instead of repeating them because repeating them feels easier. That is discipline. And suffering is what trains you. Every time you push through discomfort, you build a new layer of identity. You start seeing yourself differently. You start trusting yourself more. You start realizing that if you survived everything behind you, you can survive what is in front of you. And that creates a confidence no external achievement can match. If you want to keep building that inner discipline and you want this channel to keep pushing you forward, subscribe right now. These words are not meant to motivate you for a moment. They are meant to train your mind for a lifetime. Number 7. Let suffering refine your purpose. There are parts of yourself you never discover until life brings you to your knees. You do not truly meet yourself in comfort. You meet yourself in chaos. You meet yourself when everything you depended on collapses. You meet yourself when you sit alone at night wondering why life had to unfold the way it did. But here is the hidden beauty: suffering strips away distractions. It removes shallow goals, fake desires, temporary motivations. It forces you to ask deeper questions. What actually matters? Who am I becoming? What values do I want to live by? What kind of life feels honest to me? What kind of pain am I willing to endure for a future that is meaningful? Epictetus taught that you should not hope events will happen as you wish them to, but instead wish that they happen as they do happen, and your life will flow well. This is not about giving up. It is about seeing purpose in the reality you are in, not wishing for another one. Sometimes your purpose is born from the very suffering you tried to forget. The betrayal that crushed you gave you a hunger for truth. The rejection that wounded you gave you a hunger for self-respect. The failure that embarrassed you gave you a hunger for mastery. The loss that tore you apart gave you a hunger for meaning. Your purpose is not random. It is revealed through what you survived. Take a slow breath. Let everything you have heard so far settle in you. You are not listening to this by accident. Something in you is ready to rebuild. Something in you is done being defined by your past. Something in you is awakening right now. And if you feel that shift, if you feel that awakening, subscribe now and stay with this journey. You need a space where your suffering becomes your strength, not your story of defeat. When you begin to understand that suffering is not the end of you but the unveiling of you, something inside your chest becomes lighter. You stop seeing your wounds as proof that you are cursed and start seeing them as evidence that life has been preparing you. And the more you realize this, the more power returns to you. Not the loud kind of power. Not the ego-driven kind. But the quiet and steady power that comes from surviving what once shattered you. That is the kind of power that cannot be taken away. You need to hear this clearly. Everything you went through did not destroy you. It revealed you. It awakened the part of you you kept suppressing. The strong part. The resilient part. The part that knows it can rise from anything. Marcus Aurelius wrote that fire turns everything thrown into it into flame and brightness. Imagine that being true for you. Imagine every struggle you faced making you brighter instead of smaller. Imagine every setback fueling your purpose instead of poisoning your spirit. That is not fantasy. That is what happens the moment you choose to rebuild instead of collapse. Now breathe slowly and let your mind settle. You have seen suffering as a monster for so long that you forgot it can also be a messenger. You have feared it so deeply that you forgot it can also be a guide. You have resisted it so hard that you forgot it can also be the exact force that brings you home to yourself. When you stop fighting your suffering and start cooperating with it, you become unstoppable. Look back at your life for a moment. Think of the moments that hurt the most. The heartbreak that made your chest feel empty. The betrayal that stole your trust. The failure that embarrassed you. The disappointment that made you question your worth. Somehow you are still here. Somehow you are still breathing. Somehow you are still learning. You are sitting in this moment listening to a message that is calling you forward, not backward. That alone proves that suffering has not defeated you. It has transformed you. You may not feel strong yet, but strength is not something you feel first. Strength is something you realize later. It reveals itself after you survive. It becomes clear only when you look back and say, I made it. I thought it would destroy me, but it made me deeper. It made me wiser. It made me see myself honestly for the first time. If you feel that honesty rising inside you right now, then subscribe so you never forget this version of yourself. The world will try to drag you back into fear again. You need reminders that bring you back home. Let this next part sink into the deepest part of you. You are not meant to avoid the fire. You are meant to walk through it so you come out cleansed. Suffering reveals your real values by burning away the ones that were never yours. It shows you what actually matters. It shows you what you are willing to stand for. It shows you what kind of person you refuse to become. It shapes you in ways comfort never could. Comfort keeps you asleep. Suffering wakes you up. Comfort grows your fantasies. Suffering grows your character. Comfort protects your illusions. Suffering protects your truth. And once your truth becomes stronger than your fear, nobody can manipulate you again. Nobody can break you with the same words. Nobody can guilt you with the same patterns. Nobody can hold power over you using the same wounds. Your suffering becomes your armor, not your enemy. But that armor only forms when you decide that what you went through will not be wasted. Not a single tear. Not a single humiliation. Not a single night you cried alone. Not a single moment you doubted yourself. Every one of those moments becomes a brick in the foundation of the person you are building. Do you understand how powerful that is? Do you see why the Stoics valued hardship more than comfort? They understood that a life without suffering produces a person without depth. A person without courage. A person without self-mastery. Epictetus was born a slave, yet he became one of the most influential philosophers in history. Not because life was kind to him, but because suffering taught him how powerful the mind becomes when it stops expecting fairness and starts choosing strength. Seneca lived through political chaos, betrayal, exile, and constant danger. But he used each hardship to deepen his wisdom and remind himself that the only real freedom is found in the mind. Marcus Aurelius carried the weight of an entire empire, faced war, loss, disease, and constant pressure, yet he carved wisdom from every hardship. He did not run from responsibility. He did not hide from suffering. He turned it into leadership. You are not so different from them. The world may not call you an emperor or a philosopher, but life has asked you to endure your own battles. And the courage you build from those battles is just as powerful. The wisdom you earn from your suffering is just as real. The transformation happening in you right now is just as meaningful. If you feel even a small shift inside you, even a small spark awakening, subscribe to this channel. Do it so you do not lose the momentum you feel right now. Do it so you stay connected to the mindset that is rebuilding you. This journey is not meant to be walked alone. Now listen closely. This part is important. You cannot rebuild yourself if you keep punishing yourself for being broken. You cannot rise if you keep replaying your mistakes like a punishment. You cannot heal if you keep telling yourself that you deserved every bad thing that happened. Your suffering does not mean you did something wrong. It means you are alive. It means you are growing. It means life is stretching you into someone you were always meant to become. Seneca said that sometimes even to live is an act of courage. You have already shown courage by surviving. Now it is time to show courage by rebuilding. You rebuild by making peace with your past. You rebuild by forgiving the younger version of you who did not know any better. You rebuild by choosing habits that align with your future instead of your wounds. You rebuild by speaking to yourself with the respect you never received. You rebuild by treating yourself like someone worth saving. And if this message is touching a part of you that you rarely show the world, pause for a moment and breathe. Stay in this moment with yourself. You deserve this clarity. You deserve this calm. You deserve this rebirth. There is a specific moment in every person's journey when their suffering stops being a weight and becomes a compass. A moment when you finally understand that the pain you have been trying to escape was never chasing you to destroy you. It was chasing you to wake you. Every wound was pointing you toward a part of yourself that you had been neglecting. Every disappointment was guiding you toward a path you would not have chosen if life had stayed comfortable. And right now, you are standing in that moment whether you realize it or not. You have reached the part of your story where you must decide how you will use the rest of your suffering. Will it keep repeating the same patterns or will it become the foundation of your rebirth? Marcus Aurelius said you should stand upright, not be set upright. In other words, life will not place strength inside you. You must rise into it by choice. You must meet your suffering with your spine, not your fear. And every time you do, you become someone you once thought only other people could be. Take a breath. Let everything you have heard so far sit with you. Let your mind settle. Let your chest soften. Your suffering did not choose the wrong person. It chose the person capable of surviving it. The person capable of transforming it. The person capable of turning their worst chapters into their strongest wisdom. Look at yourself honestly for a moment. All the nights you cried but still got up the next morning. All the times you were betrayed but kept your heart open. All the moments you failed but tried again. All the times you doubted yourself but chose to move forward anyway. That is strength. That is resilience. That is courage in its purest form. You were not weak for suffering. You were awake. You were alive. You were breaking through old versions of yourself. You were shedding the parts of you that could not come with you into your future. Suffering peeled away the layers that were never you. It stripped away the pride, the denial, the illusions, the attachments, the fear. And what remains now is the raw material needed to build a truer and more powerful you. But let this be clear. Rebuilding is not some dramatic moment where your entire life changes overnight. Rebuilding happens quietly. In the decisions nobody praises you for. In the habits nobody sees. In the thoughts you choose when nobody is around. In the small acts of discipline you repeat when you feel like giving up. Rebuilding is when you choose presence instead of panic. Forgiveness instead of bitterness. Strength instead of escape. Responsibility instead of resentment. Purpose instead of pleasure. Growth instead of familiarity. Epictetus said that you become what you give your attention to. If you focus on your wounds, you become your pain. If you focus on your choices, you become your power. And right now your attention is shifting. You can feel it. You can sense it. Something in you is tired of being the old version of you. Something in you is hungry for the person you can still become. And as you continue listening, I want you to understand this deeply. Your suffering has carved space inside you. That empty space is not a hole. It is room. Room for wisdom. Room for self-respect. Room for maturity. Room for clarity. Room for strength. You are not empty because life took something from you. You are empty because life is preparing you for something bigger than what you were carrying. The strongest people are not those who avoided the fire. They are those who walked through it with intention. They did not run. They did not hide. They did not pretend life was gentle. They learned how to stand inside the flames and say, "This fire will not consume me, it will refine me." Seneca reminded us that a person who has never been tested cannot claim to know themselves. You know yourself more now than you ever have. You know your breaking points. You know your thresholds. You know your fears. You know your triggers. You know what kind of pain you can carry without losing your soul. That knowledge is priceless. That knowledge is powerful. That knowledge is the blueprint for your rebirth. You are not rebuilding blindly. You are rebuilding with precision. You are rebuilding with awareness. You are rebuilding with the kind of wisdom that only suffering can teach. And as you rise from here, do not rush. Do not compare yourself. Do not wish for the life you had before. That life could not contain the person you are becoming. You outgrew it the moment suffering cracked you open. Now you move forward with intention. You move forward with clarity. You move forward with a quieter mind and a stronger spirit. And if this message is guiding you, grounding you, or reminding you of who you truly are underneath everything you have survived, then pause for a moment and subscribe. Not just for me but for yourself. For the version of you that wants to stay committed to growth. For the part of you that needs consistent reminders of your strength, your resilience, and your purpose. You need a space that feeds your mind instead of draining it. Let's close this journey with what you need to carry forward. You do not heal by returning to what hurt you. You heal by returning to yourself. You do not rebuild by waiting for motivation. You rebuild by choosing one honest action every day. You do not grow by avoiding suffering. You grow by understanding it. Listening to it. Using it. Your suffering is your teacher now. Your suffering is your compass now. Your suffering is the force that will rebuild the version of you you were always meant to become. Marcus Aurelius said your mind will take the shape of what you frequently hold in thought. So hold thoughts that strengthen you, not thoughts that weaken you. Hold thoughts that build your future, not thoughts that imprison you in your past. Take one final breath with me. Slow and deep. Feel the shift inside you. Feel the strength rising. Feel the clarity settling. Feel the calm returning. This is not the end of your story. This is the moment you begin to rebuild yourself with intention. With courage. With wisdom. With the fire that once burned you, now lighting your path. And remember this. You did not come this far to stay the same. You came this far to rise from everything that tried to break you. And you will. You already are. If this spoke to your heart, your mind, or your spirit, then subscribe so you do not lose this momentum. Stay close to this voice, to this space, to this mindset. Let it guide you. Let it sharpen you. Let it remind you of your strength every single day. Your suffering rebuilt you. Now let your strength carry you. This is your turning point. Walk forward. This is Stoic quiet strength, power in silence.